would call them adzuki beans.
I think you can have either name.
Or.
They're the Japanese beans.
Beans, okay.
Now, I couldn't find any when I came here. Maybe I was asking for Aduki beans. I thought, what on earth are you talking
Maybe
about?
that was the issue. Because I was thinking Aduki beans and Bulgur wheat balls, but okay, we would say adzuki. So,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Well, we know now. But so what I've got here, I've used black beans instead,
Yeah.
which they work fine with
Okay.
it. So yeah. So
we have options.
yeah, we have options, and they work quite fine. They look roughly the same anyway. Just the colour's just slightly different.
Okay.
Anyway, in order to make these, you need to soak them overnight to make sure they're soft and cook them.
Okay.
To make sure that they're let me take one out. When you press them, they're very soft, almost like
I see that.
mashed potato in the middle. So then you know that it's already been cooked, that it's cooked properly. So that's
So
important.
you want them really well cooked.
Yes, you don't want them crunchy. They don't taste fabulous when they're
No,
crunchy.
they don't. That's true.
All right. So then what you need to do is after you've soaked them overnight, you leave them on one side.
There you go.
You set them aside, drain them and set them aside like I have here. And then you put a tiny bit of oil, canola oil is fine,
Okay.
into a pan. Let it heat, and you put in your onions, first of all.
Now, I notice this in a lot of your recipes. We start with a little bit of oil and a nice onion.
I suppose,
Is that true?
yes. Obviously not for the desserts, but yeah.
Well, good thing.
Yes, I think it's just that I like onions.
You know, I do too, so I'm really good with that. Absolutely.
It just gives it a nice flavour and a nice basis.
It does.
Yes.
It does.
Yeah.
And it's much better to me than like onion powder or something. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's okay, no problem. So you do the onions, and you just do it so that they're soften a little bit, that's
Yes.
all.
Yeah.
And then you add the garlic, 2 cloves of garlic that are finely crushed, like so.
Now that gives it a good smell.
And then you add your spices, you add your mild curry powder. And if you're not a fan of peppery stuff, make sure it's mild curry powder. Otherwise it will blow your socks off.
You want the other ones too or not
Yes,
yet?
please, yep. You add the ground coriander
Nice.
and the cumin. I think we need a tiny little bit more oil. Yep.
Very nice. So you add them right away and you want to season basically your onions and your garlic is what you're doing.
Yes, and you want to cook out the curry powder because you don't want it to,
Be too.
yeah, you want to wake up the flavours, I
Yes.
think is the correct term.
Yes, okay.
To awaken the flavours, as you say. And I need a tiny bit of water. Get me a little bit of water,
Absolutely.
please. And these are cooking nicely, as you can see,
Oh, yeah.
in a nice colour. You just put a tiny bit of water. Thank you.
Nice. And
Oh
normally,
yes, now it's waking up the flavours. I
yes,
can
that
smell
is.
it.
Uh-huh.
Everybody in the studio is going to feel hungry now.
Now, how long would you normally saute that?
About 5 to 7 minutes or
Okay.
so, once you see it starting to look.
Oh, yeah, I can smell it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So that's almost done.
Or pretend our 5 to 7 minutes
Yeah.
is done. There you go.
Set that to one side. Right, now you put the beans into a bowl, like so.
And then we're going to mash them,
We are.
right? Very nice.
With a potato masher, like so. Now this is why they obviously need to be soft. Apart from that, it doesn't taste nice if they're crunchy.
Right.
You can't crush them unless they're
Right.
properly soft. So you want to get like some of the whole beans in it because it gives
I
it a
see
nice.
that. In our final product, we actually have some whole beans sitting there.
Yes.
So it's not totally crushed, just
No, you
somewhat
don't
smashed.
pulverize it. You just
Okay.
crush it till it kind
And
of.
that would help it mix and blend better. Don't
Absolutely.
you think? Instead
because
of
we
just having individual beans or something.
Yes, like so. So there you go. Until it's that sort of. I'll tip it
Now
up.
we're using Bulgur wheat here, and for our friends, what is Bulgur wheat? If maybe you're not familiar with Bulgur wheat, using that.
It's also called cracked wheat.
Okay.
Cracked wheat. I bought it over here, so.
Yeah, absolutely. What's it made from? If they're not familiar with it.
Wheat.
Just plain.
I don't
plain
know.
wheat. Okay.
I just think, well, it's cracked wheat anyway. Bulgur wheat. Yeah, it's cracked wheat.
It looks a little bit like couscous to me.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Now, I've already cooked this because you cook this and you put in a stock cube or some vegetable broth, I think you call it. You can use that. Yes.
What ratio water to the cracked wheat?
Just enough to cover it. If you look on the pack, it's got directions of
so
how
just enough to cover. Good.
Yeah, just enough to cover it until it fluffs up like that and it's soft.
Oh yeah, it looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Now what do we need to do here?
We add the breadcrumbs.
Nice.
Like so.
Got this.
I'm going to use this one.
Okay. Do you want your onions and garlic mixture?
Yep, in a minute, please.
Or not yet?
Yeah, we're going to stir this in first, then we're going to use the bulgur wheat.
Okay.
Put the bulgur wheat in
Very
next.
nice. So it has to go in stages then?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So you can mix it all in.
It's not just dumping everything together.
No. All right, and put the bulgur wheat in. Thank you.
There you go. Now, do you do this recipe when you go out and demonstrate, or certain recipes you usually do, or?
I always do the dessert type ones when we're doing demonstrations. Everybody just descends on you like
Absolutely.
Yes. I feel like a rock star because everybody's running
They
towards
want all that
me.
good food.
Thinking, oh, I didn't know I was that famous.
Yes. All right, this or that next?
Yep, and then we, the egg replacer.
Okay. And that's going to bind it, basically.
Yep, so we need a little bit, that's not the water.
Here's water. Do you want more?
Yep.
I can go get you some more, or is that enough?
Just a little bit more, please.
Okay. So you just kind of eyeball the water then?
Yeah, usually the bulgur wheat is wetter than that, but because it's been, just a little bit more. Usually you wouldn't need to add extra water like we are now because the bulgur wheat's been standing for a little bit.
Right, so that's why it absorbs the water.
Usually wet,
then, right. You want more, or are you good?
Yeah, just a tiny bit more. Yeah, all of that should be fine.
Alrighty.
And we add the spices.
Add this here.
Yep.
Let me turn it this way, then y'all can see.
Let me hold it
Okay.
because I can't see. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And then you mix it all together, like so.
Nice. That gives you all your flavor then.
Yeah.
You add that with the spices.
Put it all together. And then, this is how it should look.
Nice.
Now comes the fun part. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Get out the trusty gloves.
I always like to use gloves.
Yeah. Very nice. And then you form it into balls.
I think I started using the gloves because I did a food hygiene certificate course.
Yes.
I just thought,
Absolutely.
for food safety, it's always good to have gloves
yeah,
where
that's
possible.
right.
So, yeah.
So how long does it bake for?
It bakes for about a half an hour, but it depends how wet you've made it. Sometimes it might need to go a little longer. So you just take like handfuls of it, like so.
Okay.
Just make it into a little ball.
Perfect. Yeah.
Like so. And place it on our dish.
Nice. I'm going to try it while you make them here.
Nice. And you can serve it with the sweet pepper gravy that my sister made earlier.
That would be good.
Or you can use like a sweet chili dipping sauce as well. Dip in with that. That's very nice. This one's a little
That's
big.
good.
Yeah.
Fabulous flavor. I love the curry.
And
To me, that makes it. The curry. I love the curry flavor in that. That's really good.
It's also, Aduki beans is also good if you're trying to lose weight. It helps reduce cholesterol and so forth. It's got lots of health benefits, so Aduki beans are very good.
Nice. Okay.
As well. It's also good to have beans and pulses because sometimes when people become vegetarian, they just have the meat substitutes that are heavily processed, which is okay, now and again. But if that's all you're on, it's not good.